Hello, boys and girls, moms and dads. Welcome to Heroes Modern School Academy. This is 5th grade science, week number 4. All right, so today we're going to be doing physical properties of matter. We're going to be talking about the different physical properties that matter typically have. And what are those physical properties? Well, we talked about this before in 4th grade. This is going to be like a quick review right now. So at the end of this lesson today, the students should be able to understand what matter is and its physical properties, and understand how to measure physical properties of matter. So what is matter? Matter is anything that occupies space. All right. So can you think of something right now that is occupying a space in your room, on your table, in your closet? Well, all those things are going to be called different kinds of matter. And then there are 3 different states of matter. So matter may exist as a solid, which is the firmest form of matter. And then there is the second state of matter that is called a liquid, which is the less firm. And there is the third state of matter, which is called a gas, which is the most fluid or the least firm form of matter. What are some examples of solids? Well, examples of solid will include ice or snow, or your cell phone, or your earphones, or all those things that you can hold really easily with your hands. And in this state of matter, molecules of matter in this state are compact and less mobile. Well, the substances may be held or grasped as a consequence of that, right? Then in the liquid state, the matter is less firm. So molecules of matter in this state are not as compact as the solid state. Another solid is required to contain liquid matter, and that's going to be true. So if you have liquid matter, for example, like water, if you want to hold water, you can't hold water with your hand really easily. You got to get a cup, right? You get a cup of water, you can get a kettle, you can get a container to hold your water. The same thing is going to go for your coffee or your juice. Well, that's going to be liquid matter. Then what about gas? Well, gas is even going to be more problematic. You cannot hold gas just simply by trying to hold gas with a container or with a glass cup. You need special solids to be able to do that, like a balloon. You need to make sure you blow air into your balloon and tie the balloon up so the air does not escape your balloon. Well, those are going to be different states of matter. All right. Then talking about physical properties of matter, regardless of its state of existence, each matter is going to have the following physical properties. What are those properties? Properties, for example, like mass, which is going to measure how heavy matter is. And mass is going to be measured in terms of kilograms or grams or ounces or in pounds. So in the United States, we still use ounces and pounds to measure how heavy an object is. But in other parts of the world, they want to use things like grams and kilograms. What about magnetism? So magnetism is the property of matter that property of attraction. Let's call it the property of attraction. So some objects are going to be magnetic. Some objects, they are not going to be magnetic. Well, metals can be easily magnetized to magnets, but non-metals, for example wood, cannot be magnetized. Well, every matter is going to have that magnetism property, whether it is present, it is magnetic, or it's not magnetic. So that's going to be another property of matter. What about the physical state? Well, the physical state is what we started talking about. The physical state of matter will be things like, is this matter or is this object a solid? Is it a liquid or is it a gas? Then relative density. Relative density is the ability of that object to sink or to float inside water. Solubility. Solubility determines if it can dissolve in water. Some objects can be dissolved in water. So for example, if you want to have a cube of sugar, you drop your cube of sugar into a bowl of water, that sugar is going to dissolve in that water. But if I were to drop my cell phone inside a bowl of water, well, the cell phone may be destroyed, but it's not going to dissolve in water, meaning that that cell phone is not soluble inside water. What about electrical conductivity? Well, this determines if it will allow electricity to flow through it. And it is measured by connecting it to an electrical circuit. What about thermal conductivity? Okay, measures whether heat will flow through the matter. All right, so that's thermal conductivity over there. So let's go ahead and try to remember some of those things that we talked about right now. So what are the 3 physical states of matter? Well, we talked about solid, liquid, and gas. All right, are you going to be able to remember that for me? All right, so those are the 3 physical states of matter. What other properties of matter do we have? Well, let's try to remember some of those properties right here. Well, we have physical properties, and this thing doesn't want to type from me. Let's see here. Oh. All right, it's not going to want to type from me. Let's see what we can do to make it type. All right, let's use this one, or a pencil. All right, so we have physical properties of matter. We have magnetic properties of matter. Remember, we talk about magnetism. I'm just going to abbreviate here. We have electrical properties of matter. Okay, that's electrical. What else can you remember? What about solubility? We have solubility, which is going to be the ability of the object to dissolve inside water. All right, what else can you remember as a physical property of matter? Well, we talked about the thermal conductivity. All right, thermal conductivity of matter. We talked about relative density, right? So these are all the different qualities, physical properties of matter, just like that. So physical states, relative density, solubility, electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity, the mass of it. How can we forget the mass of it? Let's go ahead and write mass down. That's very important. You want to be able to know how heavy an object is, whether it's a solid or a liquid. It's going to have a mass associated with it. But all of these are physical properties of matter, which you should be able to retain in your memory as you study science all along. All right, so please do not forget all of that. So let's try to do some things right now. So you got a homework in here. Look at the diagrams below. Right below each one of the state of matter. All right, so this looks like an ice, or like 3 packs of ice over there. You're gonna go ahead and turn to your workbook on page number 16 and just write ice down for me over there. What about here? Well, this looks like sand. Well, you're gonna write it down over there. What about here? This looks like water, which is liquid. You're gonna write it down. And of course, this is gonna be like water vapor, which is gonna be the gaseous aspect of water. So please take advantage of that. That's what I've got for you today, boys and girls. Remember, God cares about you, and so do we. Until next time, bye-bye.
I'll be your hero's buddy, and as you study with heroes born, I will be your friend. So don't you